I'm Lil Ed.
I'm Dr. John.
And here we are with another episode.
Yeah, you sure you want to call it installment, you idiot?
That's an episode.
Enough Already.
Season 2.
Season 2?
I can't believe we've been doing this already.
You think?
Back
to our original song, Melvin. Sorry, buddy. That's the way it is.
We got a new one, though. Thanks for the picture, by the way. It's going to look great.
Yeah, and I hope you saw the last episode.
John keeps it straight. Tight together, they're a force. A podcast duo so fly, bringing truth and wisdom, reaching for the sky. And Dr. John, Enuff Already.
Where's the tattoo?
On the airwaves, bringing what it's all about. This wisdom, knowledge, and love on their funky part.
All right.
I'm not real sure about color. I just might keep it black and gray and that kind of stuff.
Just a black?
Yeah, I think
black and white guy?
Yeah, I don't have a lot of color on me. I might as well keep it going.
I don't have any. My sister did that one. It's just...
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Yeah, that's special to me.
Well, tonight we're going to talk about a few things. We're going to talk about the Democrat Socialist Party, and they're hopeful for the mayor of the largest city in America. What's going to happen?
That's what's going to happen in New York right there, buddy.
Oh, my God. And,
I shouldn't say it that way, but I mean...
Part of me kind of hopes that they do vote him in there so everybody could see just exactly what... I mean, not that they can't see it anyway. History's proven that socialism is bad, all bad, but...
For all that I really wish that they would learn a lesson and vote this guy in, I hope they don't. Because it's going to be catastrophe if they do.
What?
It would be.
I think it's funny how, John, did you see his platform? He's going to make the buses and the trains free, right?
Free ride.
Now, last year, they were $80 billion in debt, so I'm not really sure how that's going to...
They're already free. What the hell? Ain't nobody paying.
And the city's going to own all the grocery stores, so you're going to eat what the elites tell you to eat, so welcome to eating bugs. All you got to do is look at Venezuela. They tried the same shit, and they went from the 4th richest country on the planet to eating bugs. You can't even find a dog or a cat in Venezuela.
Bugs are tasty, but they're kind of crunchy.
A little bit. Well, I guess if you...
Why roast them?
Dip them in chocolate, they're okay, I guess.
Chocolate? A little chocolate?
Or some French onion dip.
Yeah, that sounds nasty as shit.
Yeah, well, we're going to go back to eating cats, I think. Remember we talked about the Haitians eating the cats down in Springfield?
Yeah, and the cats and the dogs and stuff.
Oh, my God. I don't want to eat my cat or a dog. I might settle for a raccoon or a groundhog, but I don't think I could do a cat or a dog.
It's all relative to how hungry are you eat about anything. Now, I wouldn't eat my personal dog no matter how hungry I was, I don't believe. But I suppose if you had to,
well, listen to
you're
this
starving. I mean, starving.
This guy's
Marvin,
This guy's only 33 years old, and he's trying to run. He's never even ran so much as a popsicle stand, but he wants to run the largest city in America. He preaches out. He preaches out about hate, rich people and stuff. He is rich. He's a trust fund baby. He comes from money. He's just,
Well, what gets me, though, here we go again, is another foreign national, guy from a foreign country that come in here, and I guess he's become a citizen, correct?
Yeah,
he's been here just a few years. Now he wants to be...
He came here when he was 7, I guess, and I guess it was like 8 years ago when he got a citizenship or something. So he was here a long time.
So he got a citizenship, and now he wants to be in politics.
Right. Well, he's already an assemblyman in New York. They voted him in.
We got way too many people from foreign countries in our politics.
Oh, I agree.
They come over here in a few years.
I totally agree.
That goofy guy that wants to impeach Trump that looks like a...
Well, look at Ilhan Omar.
He looks like a Indian Jimmy Fallon. Or something, you know what I mean?
He definitely has a weird hairdo, that's for sure.
The guy is just off the hook.
And then you got...
he's dumber than shit.
Ilhan Omar, who actually married her brother to get into the country, which, in my opinion, she should be deported for that, because that's lying.
There should be one person in our Congress or our Senate, or presidency, any of our federal government.
I don't think you should let the dog catch
become a citizen. It was from a foreign country. Should be in our politics.
The Democrats think we should keep those guys to pick all the fruit, and that's where you should leave them. The planting the beans and that kind of stuff. Don't let them in politics.
Well, no, but they shouldn't be. Because
No.
if that's the case, they could just keep shipping people over till they filled our whole government full of their nationalists,
Right.
and then our country wouldn't be the United States anymore. It'd be whatever country these people came from would be running it, and they're going to change the whole country.
You know who voted him in? Who won that?
Well, they move in a whole shitload of migrants
no,
in that area.
believe it or not, white liberal women.
Oh, well, white liberal women suck.
That was the major voting bloc.
They suck, especially if they're a school teacher. They suck even worse.
Yeah, absolutely.
They think they got this ideology that we owe everybody in the world something,
Yep.
and we're evil. That is bullshit. I'm as kind to anybody as anybody else.
Black and brown people in New York City overwhelmingly voted for the granny killer, Cuomo, whatever the hell his name is.
Yeah.
Andrew Cuomo.
The one that filled the nursing homes full of COVID people and then
the
killed
granny
everybody.
Killer. That's why I called him granny killer. You think
He sucks too.
And then you got Mayor David. What's his name? Is it Davis, the mayor, the current mayor?
I
can't think of his name.
Yeah, it is.
But he's a joke. He basically towed the line until they threw him under the bus and tried to get him for first-class tickets to Turkey or something like that as some kind of bribe, I guess, is what they were trying to say he took. But the Democratic Party in whole is just a bunch of crooks, a bunch of liars, thieves, and crooks, and fortunately they're being exposed at a rapid pace lately.
I think so too. I think people are there's people that aren't going to never wake up to because they're just ignorant.
Right.
And the main thing that channels their direction is just their pure hatred for Donald Trump.
The funny thing about this guy is, at first, all your old school Democrats didn't want nothing to do with him, like your Chucky Schumers and your Nadlers and your Pelosi's.
You go back 15 years ago; those guys were against this immigration. They were against all this bullshit that they're for.
You go back just to the Obama administration, and they were all for doing everything that Trump's doing now, getting rid of the migrant, getting rid of the illegal aliens. They were all for all that stuff. But now
they're undocumented
socialists.
immigrants, not illegal aliens.
I'm going to call them illegal aliens. I don't give a shit who gets mad about it. They shouldn't be here. They should be kicked the hell out, and get out immediately.
And I feel bad for some because I know that there's plenty of them. They're real righteous, good people that come over here and they're working hard.
The one thing that I keep hearing, John, is Americans commit crimes at a far greater pace than illegal aliens. Well, first of all, that's categorically and systematically wrong because. First of all, there's 370 million Americans. Okay, so you're going to have 20 million. Let's say 50 million, just for shits and giggles. I know it's not that high, but 100% of your illegal immigrants committed a crime getting in here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but what I'm saying, they're not all. I agree, people. They're not all bad, but you gotta
do it right.
Well, the problem is it's all the bad ones slip in with the good ones, and then the terrorists slip in, and then this slips in, and that comes in.
The Democratic Party, John's brought a lot of the bad ones in intentionally just to destabilize civilization.
Well, they want to cause chaos.
Exactly. Well, that makes us want for the government to come save us. That's their whole plan.
Then we need the government, which we don't need government, people.
But we have the Second Amendment.
In the words of who was it? Chip Roy. The words of Chip Roy. When has anybody said, "Oh, I'm glad a bureaucrat showed up because we really need somebody from the government"? Right. Oh, geez, it's a bureaucrat showed up.
Right.
I'm happy. Well, I'm never happy when a bureaucrat shows up.
Ronald Reagan once said that the 9 most feared words for an American is, "Hi, I'm from the government and I'm here to help."
I'm here to help you. Bullshit. They're here to stick it to you.
Right. Well, the Democrats like to weaponize the three-letter agencies, and President Trump came in and weaponized the American people, and it's a whole different ballgame now, and he's winning left and right. Just this week, he's won court cases regarding birthright citizenship, all these federal judges. There's actually only 5 of them. I mean, I think there's like 90-some federal courts in America, and 5 of them has been throwing all these injunctions down to try to override the...
Oh, there goes one of our... Hey, by the way, we got new Enuff Already, Lil Ed Dr. John cups.
Yeah.
Email us, maybe we'll send you one.
Yep, we could possibly do that.
Look. Oh, God, Paul says I got to give you the demonstration. Here we go.
We'll
got
get
a
back
fancy lid with a fancy straw that's even got a thing on it so when your kid's running around, straw don't follow the damn thing. Look at that. Ain't that cool as hell? And then snaps back on there. Oh, here we go. See? 3 different colors, and they change color when you get them cold. Then I should do a demonstration, huh? Yeah, when you put something in them, they change color. That's what they're supposed to do.
Do they really?
Oh, yeah, you want to see?
Yeah, I'd like to see.
We'll try it.
I don't know.
What's it going to do?
It looks like the color of beer. I don't know.
I don't know.
I think the...
Maybe they're just colored cups. The last ones I got changed color, but now I got to drink that out of there.
Yeah, well. Oh, shit.
Looking good, huh?
But anyway...
I don't know. Get a cold water and pour in one of them.
Back to what I was saying, we've got 5 basically Democrat-appointed federal judges that's been throwing these injunctions down about the deportation of the immigrants and this, that, and the other to try to stop the Trump agenda. And the Supreme Court struck it down this week and told them that they can't do that no more, which is kind of nice.
Oh, my TENS unit just went off.
What?
My TENS unit, it just went off.
Oh,
My
no.
back's killing me. Well... 3-minute rant time.
Today, John, we're going to rant about
Humidity and heat index and the weather.
and the effects that it has on you.
Oh my God, it's awful.
Like, when your sweat runs down the middle of your back, down your butt crack, and you feel like you got a
tick. I got a tick. Holy crap, I got a tick in my butt.
right. What's really cool, John, is walking out of the air conditioning into that heat, and it feels like somebody just
I can't
kicked you
stand
right
it when I'm at work. So I go to the bathroom, I got to take my underwear off and wring them out because they're so wet. Like, ugh.
True story.
They call that humidity in Ohio.
You got workers that can do that for you, I think.
No, nobody's bringing out my underwear. I'm doing that my damn self. They'll be coming around while I'm taking care of myself.
They always say you got to drink a lot of water, drink a lot of water, drink a lot of water. But I prefer to drink beer because then you don't mind it. It's so hot.
I can't drink beer all day and work.
Yeah, me either. I drive a truck. They would really frown upon that shit.
And then my socks get wet and the inside my boots are wet and I'm walking around squish, 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 squish. It's all sweat.
Yeah, all sweat.
And then I look at my phone and say, what's the temperature? It says, it's 95. Feels like 103. Well, how do they calculate that it feels like 103? What is a scientific theory to say, well, actually it feels like 103 because I go out and stand in the sun, it feels like 180.
I think that's the heat index. It's the opposite.
The heat index is bullshit.
It's the opposite of the wind chill.
They should have the how hot it is standing in the sun index.
Right. I never start the damn clock, so just guess 3 minutes.
I know, but I'm just saying. I stand in the sun. How hot does it feel like?
More than 103.
That's what I'm talking about.
The guy telling you this, though, is in a nice air-conditioned studio in a 3-piece suit.
Yeah.
Telling you how hot it is outside.
It's 95 today, but it's going to feel like 103.
I'm going to walk from my air-conditioned
Your
studio.
boxer shorts will be wet. You'll be wringing them out when you go to take a pee. And otherwise, it's going to be sunny and nice. Let me show you.
Turn that AC up over there, would you please?
Yeah.
Well, we don't even have AC here in the studio.
We got fans. It's not bad in here.
No, ain't too bad.
About 80. What's old Packard say?
My sister's over there wearing a sweatshirt.
Get us a heat index at refill here.
I got sweat running down my butt crack, and my sister's over there in a sweatshirt.
I believe it says 78.
78, but it really feels like it's 92 in here. Right?
That's the heat index.
That's heat index. Yeah, it's been 3 minutes, Ed.
All right, we're
so
good.
enough about humidity.
Fuck the humidity. I'm ready for some cool air. Well, then I'll bitch about it. I want hot air.
Well, I'm just glad it ain't snowing because it would suck to be shoveling in this heat.
Well, we've been out here when it was sub-zero doing this show.
Yeah, but could you imagine shoveling snow when it's 95?
Oh my God, I can't imagine. I can't even imagine shoveling snow when it's 25.
That's the end of the 3-minute rant. Enough already.
All right, let's talk about the bombings in Iran. That was fun.
I figured out what's going on with that because Trump's telling us we strategically went over there and blew them things up perfectly and all this stuff, and they got photos and stuff, and then they're saying, well, Iran said, well, it didn't get blowed up that bad, we can rebuild it pretty quick, and it didn't do as much devastation as you say, and then everybody's got a different take and story on
Well,
this.
I could tell you the Israeli intelligence says that they're obliterated. And that last time I seen,
But isn't it crazy how so many different stories are coming out, different takes?
Well, you got a lot of people that's trying to discredit. You know what I mean? Like Right now, they got investigations going on about who supposedly leaked the information that was.
You know what I think's funny? The Democrats are all pissed off because Trump didn't let them know he was going to do that. Trump said, I couldn't let you know because if I would have, you'd have leaked it out and told them.
Well, what they're saying is
That's true.
Trump tried to declare war. And
No, he didn't.
No. Well, they forget that Obama dropped over 100,000 bombs on 7 different countries and never asked Congress one time.
Never once did Obama ask any permission to drop a bomb.
But or immigrants. Obama.
George Bush,
He
they did
kicked
it.
so many people out of this country. I think it's like close to 6 or 7 million people.
We don't understand, though. That's not Donald Trump doing
Right.
it.
No, they got federal judges that they brought out of nowhere to try to stop him. And
They'll
they
suck
got
it.
smacked down. I love it.
But-
America's back, boy.
But
They're coming
I
back.
find it amazing how 3 or 4 or 5, 6 different angles come out of what really happened over there. Everybody's got their own lie, or they're
Well,
trying to make up some bullshit.
It's all about your media source.
Well, and everybody's got to try and figure what.
All about the meat source.
And everybody's got to try and sort through it and try and figure out what's the real truth here.
I tell you, the reporter that came out with this to begin with, John, is the same reporter that came out to say that the Hunter laptop was Russian disinformation.
Yeah, and that's the freaking guy I'm going to believe. Or
It's a girl.
he's the one that come out and said it was
Yeah.
information.
She also said she was also the one that reported about the hookers peeing on Trump when he was in Moscow, which I don't really think he's
Who's
ever.
that CNN reporter?
Yeah. Well, she's on Politico now or something. She can't keep a job because.
Dark-haired one. What's her name?
I can't.
Caitlin.
No, it's not her. I can't think of her name right off the top of my head. She's been with like 5 different news.
At least she
agencies.
don't circle back though, like Peppermint Patty.
No. Peppermint Patty keeps on the same lies all
We
along.
had Peppermint Patty. We had Raggedy Ann.
Yeah. Cowboy Bob. Now we have a really cool press secretary who smacks the fucking press around like they're her bitch.
Oh, I like her.
She's smart and she's young too.
She
so-
shoves it right up their rear end.
Oh yeah.
Tells them.
Pam Bondi too, our attorney general. She don't take no shit either. Pete Hegseth just the other day was.
Boy, he scolded him, didn't he?
Oh my lord, that guy! I tell you, they're done. They're done screwing around. They got Trump on a hot mic a couple weeks ago where he was talking to a reporter.
Oh, he said he didn't know what the f they were doing.
No. That was fucking in front of the press corps when he did that. He was just talking to this reporter kind of casually, and he goes, "Yeah, last time I was president, it was like I was being hunted." And the reporter agreed with him. And then he leaned in and he goes, "Now I'm the hunter." And I love that shit. That made that guy very nervous, I could tell. But yeah, I mean, America's back, in my opinion. It's starting to look a lot better out there. The immigrants are getting well.
Did you read that shit I seen where they said if we could figure it out, we could go to the sun as long as we went at night so we could land on it?
Yeah, that's AOC. Why don't we just go at night? I don't know. I don't think sun has a night.
Donkey.
Donkey. She needs to go back to bartending. Hopefully she will. Well, there's rumors that she might be challenging old Chucky Schumer for his Senate seat. Wouldn't that be something?
I seen where Trump said, go ahead and let Jasmine Crockett and AOC run for president and vice president. I said, I love it.
Right.
What a joke that would be.
J.D. Vance said that their whole strategy against those people is just let them talk.
Let them go. Oh, yeah, let them run her. Yeah, it's
Let them
because
talk.
nobody will figure
Which
out what.
brings me back to this Zorhan Mandini, man dummy, I like to call him.
Yeah, we're circling back.
Yeah, we got to circle back to that.
Circle back.
One of the things there's a couple things that really bothered me about it, and that's this rent freeze that he's going to do. And if the owners of these buildings don't go along with it, then the city's going to confiscate their building.
You know what's going to happen with
Listen, if they can't stay with the cost of living and that, then how are they going to do repairs on the buildings? So these buildings are all going to fall into disarray. They're going to end up.
That's not what's going to happen.
What's going to happen?
Everything is going to be twice as expensive
Right.
as it used to be, because anytime the government gets involved and starts subsidizing and starts helping and starts doing it, the price of everything gets jacked up. Rent will go up, groceries will go up, because the government's padding part of it, and that makes the price increase. It's never ever went down and helped the people when the government gets involved and starts spending the money to take care of them. Everything always goes up.
They'll save a lot of money on the police force because he wants to completely abolish the New York City police force. Now, that's like what?
Yeah, what the hell did he say? say we needed?
20,000 people.
I read about that. And he said we need to get rid of the police force. We need to have some kind
Social
of
workers.
Social workers.
Yeah, I can't wait to see a social worker deal with a crazed out
What
meth
the hell
head.
are they going to do?
I don't know. They don't even carry guns last I checked.
Where are they going to buy social workers that are going to do that?
I don't know, man. Could be some of these immigrants.
Carry pepper spray.
Right.
Pepper spray.
Right.
I'm a social worker with pepper spray, and I'm telling you, you can't do that.
John, I got a phone. Just before we get out of here, I got to tell you this. I got a phone call the other day, and this lady was just on this whole thing about medical. The big beautiful bill that's in the big beautiful bill. That part of it is they're going to cancel Medicaid for thousands of people.
Talking about the illegal immigrants.
And I'm like, wait a minute. So you're telling me they're going to cancel Medicaid and food stamps for able-bodied people? And she's like, thanks for your time, and hung up on me.
Yeah.
I'm like, I didn't even get my damn number. I mean, doesn't she watch the show?
They called me and started giving me, what was that one that called me? She was giving me a bunch of shit about something. And then texted me or something, and I texted her back.
I love it when they call me.
Because I figured out pretty fast, you're a Democrat, and then the shit she started spewing, and I'm going, oh yeah. And she goes, oh, we got things, and we're right there together. And I'm going,
I don't even think this lady took a breath.
I don't really believe so, but whatever, you're talking, and I said, trying to put some words in my mouth that I ain't saying.
I had to interrupt her and say, is this a recording? And she's like, no, sir, this is not a recording. I'm like, damn. Because I don't even think she took a breath. That was like, blah, 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 blah.
Oh, yeah, they're pretty on when they call you.
Real fast talking.
But I've been getting surveyed a lot. All of a sudden, I said they never getting surveyed. They must be watching the podcast because everybody's calling and surveying me.
If they were watching the podcast, we'd already have Democrats complaining. We rag on those guys a lot.
I've been surveyed like 3 times in the last month.
Damn. Well, maybe so. All right. Before we get out of here, don't forget we got cups.
Now, you know what sucks about the survey?
Can you see that on camera real good?
They're
Gmail
asking questions, but they're asking questions in such a way that they're trapping you in. There you go.
That's our YouTube.
Hey, get the hell back over here. So, but they're asking you questions and they're corralling you in to making you answer.
Right. What they want you to say, what they want you to say.
To their advantage. They're not giving you an option of, no, this is wrong. It's kind of like better and not as good, but it's still the way they ask. Because the one guy he asked, I said, you got to ask me that again. I said, because I don't like the way you said that. I wish I could remember exactly the question. He told me, and I told him, I said, I can't answer that question. I said, you're not giving me an option on that. I said, you're giving me better or best.
Right.
I said, but you're not telling. I'm telling you, I think it sucks.
It's like, do you hate Donald Trump?
And you don't have an option for that. He goes, oh well, I could just put like. And then he said, well, and then the other one is you disagree, strongly disagree, agree, or strongly agree. I'm like, what the hell is this? Strongly agree, disagree,
right.
Or strongly disagree. I'm trying to figure out how that works in your survey.
Right.
I either agree or I disagree.
Well, it all depends on the media source that's using that survey, John.
The intensity of my agreement or disagreement, I guess, has value in it now.
Right.
So now they're measuring intensity. Sit on it.
So next week's the 4th of July.
Oh, yes.
And
they're going to have no King's Day again.
I know, right? Well, that's basically kind of what the 4th of July is. I mean, that's when we got rid of the kings, so, why not? It could be called No King's Day. Really.
Sucks out of a straw.
Fucking retards. I can't believe that they even take their time to do this. They all got the same signs. The same guy in Baltimore has the same crayon-drawn sign as the guy in Sacramento. How do they get the same?
Now, the funny thing is, it's mostly dumbass white people.
Right. Oh,
it's mostly, I'm picking up my own race. It's mostly a bunch of dumbass white people standing out there convinced from the media that they hate Trump, so they don't want no kings. They don't have one good damn reason why they hate him. They can't give you a reason. He's a bad guy, and there's just so many things. Well, give me one. Well, there's just so many. I can't give you anything, but there's so many things.
And they all cashed in their Palestinian flags for Iranian flags for this.
Well, they got rid of their Mexican Palestinian flags, and they've gotten rid of their Mexican flags. Now they got their Iranian flags.
Yeah, I know. They just don't know. It's just so fast they don't even know what to be mad about anymore. They're just mad.
Yeah, but stock and flags is going up.
I know, right? Whoever's you can bet they're made in China. But somebody's making a lot of money on these. I like how they can literally get them overnight. You know, it's like, oh, we bombed Iran. Thousands of white ladies out there screaming. We
Dumbass white people.
Right. White liberals.
Dumbass
even
white
Malcolm
people.
X said that those
That
are
think
the
they're
most
highly
racist
educated,
people.
and we're just stupid fucks that sit out here in the country that don't know shit.
Right.
Who's coming? Somebody talk?
No, I just looked and they all looked. I don't know.
But, you know, I ain't so dumb as you think I am.
No, hell no.
Then people don't have a lick of common sense.
I think that's what the appeal is to us, is we're just a couple guys from out in the middle
I
of
bet
nowhere.
they want them done an honest day work where they had to wring their underwear out in the bathroom when they took a piss.
Ain't that the truth? I'll guarantee. Well, I don't know.
I bet there ain't one of them.
I'm sure Nadler's had to do it a few times.
That guy reminds me of the Penguin.
Right.
He should be in a Batman movie.
Yeah, he's like Biden. He poops his
He
pants.
looks just like the Penguin, man. I'm telling you. Look at him. He's the Penguin.
Anyway.
Jerry Penguin.
Yeah, Jerry Nadler, the Penguin. He walks like him, too. He's not near as big as he used to be, man. You look at some pictures back, like in, 1945 when he first came to Congress. He was like 500 pounds. They rolled that mother in there for congressional seats and stuff. I think he's in a wheelchair now, isn't he?
No, he just... They get him like this, and they tip him one way, his feet point like that, and he goes...
He's like a weeble wobble.
And he just goes wop, 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 and he gets to his seat, and then they just grab him, and they stop him, and they sit him down.
For you young people out there, a weeble wobble was a popular... Never mind. Google it.
He don't fall down, though.
All right, let's get it into this one, and maybe something cool happened this week that we can make fun of, and I'd like to thank our studio audience.
Yeah, we got a live studio audience tonight.
Applause.
That's what it sounded like in Iran.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like in Gaza out there. Oh well, it is what it is.
I was just letting everybody have it. Oh, this is what it sounded like. Okay. Oh, Jesus. And
Don't
look,
forget, we got
spill
cups.
proof.
Email us, Ed and Dr. John.
Yeah, maybe we'll send you a cup. Send us an
Gmail.com.
email or say something on our podcast, a little
Yep.
message.
Yeah, you can
Give us an
comment.
address. Hell, it might get a surprise, huh?
Yeah, could be.
We ain't guaranteeing you nothing. It just had to be surprising.
Huh?
First five for sure.
Okay, first 5, we'll mail you a cup.
We won't even charge you shipping. And if you live really close, I'll just throw it out in your front yard when I drive by.
You will too. He's not lying.
I will, man. I won't even stop. Just like, here you go. Put a rock in it, wing it up there in your yard. Call that airmail.
Yeah, hand delivered, sorta. Here we go.
What's going on?
It's always music roulette at the end of the show.
Well,
Just sing it, John.
Ed
Ed and Dr. John at gmail.com.
check us out on Rumble. Check us out on YouTube. Lil Ed and Dr. John. Enough already.
You can hit us up on Facebook.
Yeah, we've got a Facebook. And hit us up on Facebook about the cup.
We'll
Email us.
respond to you. I mean,
We will respond.
all 12 of you, email us. We'll respond.
Yeah, sure thing. Good night. Thanks for watching.
See you next week.
I'm Dr. John.
And that's a wrap.